Hi everyone, my name is Lena and I'm here to make marketing to women great again. So, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about something that I call the niche down donut and the importance of it. So, I get a lot of male founders and offer owners coming to me saying they want to launch either a product or an offer and they want to target women, but that's like half the population. So we need to niche it down further. And so I do something I call a niche down donut. Like it doesn't really look like a donut, but that's my best. Okay, guys. So basically, you have this huge circle, all right? And so if you say women, it's part of that big circle. So what you want to do is you want to narrow it down further and further and further. So from women, you want to go to women who are working moms, okay? That's another niche down. And then you want to niche down even further and say women who are working moms in tech. And then you want to further go down and say women who are working moms in tech ages from 35 to 45. Okay, so that's what I call the niche down donut. You want to make the donut go from big to small. And why this is so important and why I emphasize people, not people, but founders, offer owners, or even people, if you're copyrighted, this applies to you too, because you're able to speak to your target audience even better. Because a working mom who is not in tech, who is not in her 30s to 40s, will not be able to relate to a working mom in tech from the ages of 30s to 40s. And I argue that this is the most important thing for you to nail down. And this is the groundwork, and it's going to make your messaging, positioning, angling 10 times even easier once you know exactly who you're speaking to. Okay, I'm going to take a quick matcha break. Guys, there's nothing I love more than matcha and marketing. It's so good. Okay, although I must say the matcha is a bit murky, but it tastes really good. Okay, so now back to the topic. So the reason why I emphasize this and I will not move on to the next stage with my client and whoever I'm working with before we nail this down is because you can't move on to the next stage. How are you going to do your positioning, your angling, your messaging if you don't know exactly who you're talking to? I spend most of my time, and I tell my clients to spend most of their time, first figuring out who their target audience is and doing research on them. And I don't mean just going on ChatGPT and saying, like, hey, I'm targeting women. I have this product, blah, 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 and then calling it a day. No, I mean like actually doing the research, doing your competitor analysis, looking what other competitors are doing, what people are saying about their products, going down a Reddit rabbit hole and actually looking at what people are saying. Because when I tell you, you're able to then use the exact words that they use in their everyday conversation, you're able to actually talk to their pain points, and you are able to know what keeps them up at night, what they're embarrassed about, what they're ashamed about, what they're struggling with, and you're able to take that and use that in your messaging, in your positioning, in your angling. It's going to make everything 10 times easier, isn't it? Because you know exactly who you're targeting to. So a woman who is, who falls into like the boomer category versus a millennial or a Gen Z is going to be completely different. These are different target audiences, right? Because you don't speak to a boomer the same way you speak to a Gen Z. You don't speak to a Gen Z the same way you speak to a millennial. It might overlap millennial and Gen Z because I feel like the humor is kind of same, but Gen Z, you're able to talk more about taboo topics because they like authenticity. They like talking about things that are taboo. They're not afraid to attack the topic at hand and talk about it, right? So the way that you will market to a Gen Z versus the way you market to a boomer is completely different. Even what sort of copywriting that you use, identity versus mechanism, depends on who you're targeting to. So that's why I talk about the importance of knowing who your target audience is. And I don't just mean like I'm targeting women in her 30s. No, I mean actually getting down to the nitty gritty of it, because the whole reason why you're doing this is so you understand their psychology, so you understand how they consume, how they buy, and you're able to then make your creatives reflect that in your creatives and your messaging, your positioning, and your angling. Okay, so I'm gonna talk more about in another video, like identity copywriting and unique mechanism copywriting, and where when to use them and for which target audience and stuff. But in today's video, I just wanted to make a quick video about target audience and the importance of actually narrowing down your target audience and the niche down donut. It might seem like something so basic and something like, oh, people should know this, but you'd be surprised how many people like actually come to me and say, I want to launch a product or an offer and my target audience is women. And then I'm just there like, okay, like give me more. But yeah, that's today's topic. If there's any topics that you want me to cover specifically, let me know either in the comments or message me. I'm gonna put all my socials down below. If you want my eyes on something for your current offer or product that you want me to audit, book a call below. And you should be able to find down below as well the diagnostic tool that I created for you to take a look at and see if there's anything that's repelling women in your funnel. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.